Probably especially guitar. Volume is a crutch, right? Distortion is a crutch. Cocaine is a crutch. My favorite crutch. I like cocaine. I buy a lot of drugs off the dark web, and I buy like pharma cocaine. It's probably 89, 90% pure cocaine. And people will casually kind of like slander cocaine because I think it's a safe thing to kind of diss, you know? Like, oh, I like all the woo-woo stuff. I like ayahuasca and mescaline and all that stuff. That's great. But then they feel that they're in a safe zone because I like those drugs. They're like, yeah, this bullshit coke culture. I was at a bar where they're doing coke. I'm like, hold it right there. How dare you? You fucking asshole. No, I didn't say that. But I just said that they don't know what coke is. They're doing like some kind of like veterinarian deworming agents and meth. It's not coke. So find some real cocaine. That's the whole point of tonight. Out in the desert in the last light of day, we searched for the footprints of Bobby Beausoleil. We searched for the legends of the LA County line. Bobby buried the canister in the middle of the night. I'm not alright, I'm not alright, I'm really not up for the fight. Slow it down, slow it down, down, down. Slow it down, slow it down, down, down. The gears grind on as the van accelerates. Some things buried deep need to stay that way. I'm not alright, I'm not alright, I'm really not up for the fight. Slow it down, slow it down, down, down. Slow it down, slow it down, down, down. Wow, there's images of me on either side. This is sick. I mean, it's not that sick. From the haunts of daily life, where is waged the daily strife. Common wants and common cares cuts the human heart with tears. Rise like lions after us, slumbering in greatly unknowable number. Let the tyrants pour around with apocalyptic sound on the charge of iron wheels and the crash of horses' heels. Rise like lions after us, lumbering in greatly unknowable numbers. Free the blood that must ensue. We are many and they are few. From the workhouse and the prison, pale as corpses newly risen. Knives are drawn, now let them see. Standing tall, they say they're free. Your strong and simple words, set to wound to sharpen swords. White as targets, let them be, with their shade to cover me. Rise like lions after us, lumber and in greatly unknowable numbers. Free the blood that must ensue. We are many and they are few. So this is day 3. I have 5 shows in a row, and I'm just going to tell you right now that this is the peak of my voice. In a 5-show series, day 3, that's the money. Tomorrow, a little iffy. Day 5, just coasting until that day off. You're just like, I'm going to get a hotel in Kalamazoo and just go swimming. I'm just going to search on outdoor pool. But this is day 3. This is the zone. Once someone told me that there's like this creativity zone that has to do with like the moon, what the phase of the moon is, where it's like, it's just easier to write in this like 3 or 4 day window based on the moon. And I'm not really apt to believe in stuff like that, but then once you start thinking about it and then paying attention to the moon, and then you're writing all the time and you're like, shit, this is the window. And then if you get lazy and you just kind of don't do it in that window, then you're like, well, I don't need to write the rest of the month because I just missed this really key part. But there is some flow with writing where it's like, it feels utterly impossible sometimes, and then it's just easy. And that keeps you on your toes. And it also keeps you from making plans or having friends, but that's another thing. I'm really excited to dig into these questions. Nashville, very poor questions. A lot of comedy. That's the worst thing that it could be, is funny, right? Like, would you rather fight a duck that's as big as a truck or a truck that's as bad? It's just like, what? Like, or like these like scenarios, you know? If the world were ending and, you know, just like these, they're just too big. They're shooting too high, you know what I mean? Or it's funny, you know? Like, comedy is, I'm not saying I'm funny. I have no clue whether I'm funny, but like, comedy's hard, you know what I mean? But the questions last night in Knoxville, they went right for my heart. They were simple, they were understated, and they were just like, do you have any hope? You know? And I was like, fuck, are you kidding me? Actually, I really don't, to be honest. I usually do, and I don't have that much hope right now. Or like, are you happy? You know, like these like leaden, like elegant questions that I'm up for answering, but I'm stoked for tonight. No judgment. What if it's just one joke after another? Would you fight a dragon that was... If Cersei from Game of Thrones... I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you. There's nothing you can't get through. I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you. Just stay strong and stay true. It's a miracle I'm not a drug addict. You know me, I'm still hard at it, but damn it sure took you. I got you into this, and I can't get you out of this. I'm always gonna use. I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you. Just stay strong, stay true. I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you. There's nothing you can't get through. Don't bring home that 12-step shit. I'll sink that ship. What else can I do? On the edge of bankruptcy, on the fringes of legality, that's where I'll be. It's a miracle I'm not a drug addict. You know me, I'm still hard at it. Damn it, sure took you. I loved you, it's true, but there's a big part of me I stashed away from you. That last clean hit, that good shit. What do we have here? Scott, I have another annoying question. Are you ready? Is there any way that thank you for writing me a question. I appreciate that.
You're gonna treat it like a full state.
Is there any way that are there fans on behind me, or is it AC? Oh, it's AC? Can we kill the AC, or is that crazy? We don't care, right? And if we get hot, we just turn it on again. Is it loud for anyone else? Does anyone else care? I think that's a you problem. It's like one of my favorite things is to be put in my place, actually.
I don't care if you turn it off.
If we were in the studio, it'd be loud.
Yeah, it feels too. Let's just for an experiment, and like literally anyone can say, "Dude, turn the AC on." Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm like a completely transparent person. Okay, so. Okay, I love this. I love all these questions. You make me happy. And if I'm not pleasing, you say it. You're like, if I'm talking too much, just say, play songs. People have said that to me. Once, on my first tour ever, I was in this band called MK Ultra, which 4 people liked. Thank you. You're one of the 4. That's very kind.
Underrated.
Thank you. That's the goal, right? To be underrated. I've done a really good job of that my whole life. And then, see, that's the shit, right? And then I was opening up for Sunny Day Real Estate on my first tour ever. And we were actually in Cleveland. And I think it was like one of the first shows on the tour. First off, it's like 1,200 people, 50. When it's your first tour, man, I could barely breathe. You know what I mean? You can barely hold a pick. You don't really have control over your muscles. It's just a panic attack, right? So I'm just trying to get through this set. And someone at a quiet point after like the applause had died down, someone said, "Hurry up." And I just, first off, it stuck with me because it was like really honest. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't mean at all. It was like, I just want to see the next band and you're not who I came to see and I don't enjoy you. And I was like, totally fair, but that really hurts, man. Okay, I'm going to answer one question. Oh, that one's too long. One question, and then I'll play another song. Favorite porn star? I don't really I don't like look at porn in that way, but there's like so I used to live in the Castro in San Francisco, and there was this this weekly magazine that would review gay porn movies like they were like real films. And it was one of the funniest columns I've ever read in my life. And once they're like, I can't remember his name, but their favorite porn star who was like a top, he was like pure top. One movie he bottomed, and it was just like the most outraged, 4,000 word screed of like, are you fucking kidding me? Funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. So, but I'm kind of not, listen, I'm sex, but I'm a social libertarian, do whatever you want. No one in here is wearing a mask. I clearly don't care. And like, I'm telling you to buy drugs on the dark web. But I don't, I think that things are like potentially, we can fuck up our relationship to certain things. I know I have many times. And I think that sex is something you can really fuck up your relationship with. For instance, the only time I've ever been on a dating app was last October in my entire life because I was worried about commodifying love and dating. Like I didn't want it to be part of that shithole world of my iPhone, But I got so fucking lonely during COVID. I was like, I will literally do anything to get out of this hole. And so I just think that this is one of those things. That's just for me personally. Guess a number between 1 and 30. Okay, if I guess it, do I say it out loud or not say it out loud? Okay, 26.
That was 5.
Damn it. These are good questions. They are. If I fire neurons, we're on the right track, Tell us about your cats. It's like, yeah, I post about them every day. Everyone knows I'm a cat person. That like when a football player commits like murder suicide and they cut open his brain, or he's got teeth, or he puts a note on his chest with a stapler and it says, "Look at my brain," because football should be illegal. I'm sorry, that shit's gnarly, but like, I'm gonna do that when I die, like just to, like look at my brain, and then they're gonna cut it open. And it's gonna be all cat parasites, just like a teeming mass of parasites. And Scott's gonna be like, that's why he couldn't decide whether he wanted ice. Because the cats weren't interested in that question. Is this still going well? Is this really what you wanted? Okay. You can this is like a ship, I'm like the captain, but you can't really tell a captain where to go, can you? Yeah, but maybe I'm like a very open-minded captain. Yeah, I'm a tour guide. One, 2, 3, 5. The night was only half alive. The curtains blow, the frightened trees line the moonlit, windy beach. 4, 5, 6, 7. My dreams never touched on heaven. They come, they stream, they laugh, they bleed. They drop me off in a thicket of reeds. Keep the dream alive. Keep the dream alive. Keep the dream alive. Oh, a boy, a dog, the dunes, the sea. He stands in a thicket of reeds. No food, sal, or GPS. I watched him weeping from the trees. The sea was only half alive. Help me find my campsite, he said. Keep the dream alive. Keep the dream alive. Keep the dream alive. Oh. Dreamed he found his way back there. The campsite, though, was stripped out bare. The night was only half alive. Skin raccoons hung from a line. For men, there is no turning back. They all had cooned with coonskin caps. The embers smoked, barely glowed. He gathered wood and started his own fire. Keep the dream alive. Keep the dream alive. Keep the dream alive. Oh. Oh, I love this. It's like, it's sacred, you know, like people are coming up. It's like they could be like transcribing the Bible in some monastery. It's like, right? This is Jimmy Thorne. He's a big deal. And we're going to find out about that tonight. And I'm so happy. How many shows do I get you for, Jimmy? Yes. You can follow Fish or you can follow me. And I'm so happy you're here. I'm going to play a song later that I wrote for Jimmy. It's like 7 more songs. Aren't you excited, Jimmy? I love that song so much. I've written 2 songs for Jimmy. I've only written 2 songs for one other person, Dana Locke, Love of My Life. That's where Jimmy is in my life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is a very thoughtful audience. Unlike those pieces of shit in Nashville. There was someone so drunk in Nashville because this host was fucking incredible. His name's Jan. He has puts them on in his backyard. It's a beautiful house in like West Nashville. And he has this like almost like amphitheater like backyard, and he puts all these blue and red lights in the trees. It's so perfectly realized. But he puts out coolers, like massive coolers of free beer, and which is great, more power to you, but they're like 8-9% IPAs. And man, these people were like, it was like school was out. I mean, I had to like make up. Someone was talking to me at the end of the show, and I was like, man, because you're stuck, you know, you're behind a table, you know, and they're just talking. So all of a sudden we're talking about like Toronto Raptors or whatever. I'm like, what? Like, I can't do this, man. You're killing me. And then like my friends are there, you know? And so I'm just like, oh, I got to go to my car right now. It's just like this kind of like evasions that you learn when you work a merch table. Jimmy, do you have to deal with this stuff? Good. No more Nashville. I think this is the wrong key. Yep, sorry. Once I played this song live on KXP, which is, for me, that's pretty big. And this is what the first chord sound like. So, because you can't really tell until you finger the chord, but it goes like this. We pushed, and then you have to stop. And it's live, and it's archived permanently. It's 10 years ago. You know, like sometimes in your life, you're like, man, everything's ephemeral and it kind of sucks. Everything just goes away. And it's like, sometimes it doesn't go away. We pushed the horses as long as we could over Cooley Pass into Sierra Wood. Burn the wagon wheel freed for food. We cut down Timothy Gann, who died so 12 could make it through. Time to go, time to go, go. Time to go, time to go, go, go. Time to go, time to go, go. Time to go, time to go, go, go. We'll never come back, it's time to go. Try to make it to the shore, it's time to go. Don't know what you had till it's time to go. Bakersfield, we found a plan. Community with plentiful 2 bedrooms with full amenities. Sold the horses, we sold our guns. A specter of Timothy Gann appeared on my lawn, told me to run. Time to go, time to go, go. Time to go, time to go, go, go. Time to go, time to go, go. Time to go, time to go, go, go. We'll never come back, it's time to go. Been banished to the cracks of molten ash. Don't know what you had till it's time to go. Well, I already like this question. Is there anything in your life you would do differently if you could? Yes, I betrayed 2 of my best friends last year, and it had to do with closing down a studio that I own in San Francisco called Tiny Telephone. And it wasn't intentional. It was like probably induced by like COVID panic and also the fear that we were all moving to LA. They were in a relationship. It was a very complicated emotional triangle. And I didn't think it was a big deal then, and now it feels like it's the biggest deal in the world, and I cannot unwind it. It's totally my fault, and it brings me so much regret. It's great. It feels like it's like just like cascading and just like growing by the day. And someone asked me like 5 or 6 years ago if I had any regrets, and I was like, I don't think I do really. You know, like we all have like the L's pile up, you know what I mean? Like, and like, you know, the hit points get low and you're just like, am I gonna make it? And you're like, yeah, but it's, you know, there's this aggregate pain that happens, but I didn't really have any structural regrets in my life. And now I'm like, whoa, yeah, I really, really regret that. And I cannot undo it. And it's my fault. What do you love so much about touring? So I think that, good questions. Very good questions. These are the greatest questions I've ever had. I'm going to burn down National. Actually, this is the thing. I like most cities. Like, it's very, very rare for me not to enjoy being in a city. In fact, I defend many cities that people don't like. I love Houston. Huge fan of Houston. Love Tucson, Arizona. People do like Tucson, but I think that Tucson's like one of the best food cities in the country. I love Los Angeles. I've always defended Los Angeles before I moved there. I grew up in Florida, in rural Florida. I've defended Florida so much that I have paragraphs pre-written in my head about why Florida's great. Everybody's like, but racism and DeSantis. Like, yeah, California isn't racist? What? Like, these places, it's America. This place is fucking crazy. It's like psycho. We live in a psychotic country. And maybe places are slightly less psychotic, but Florida's tropical. You know what I mean? That's like a good thing, you know. But this is the thing of touring. Like, I have friends out here. For me to see Jimmy, for me to see Scott, like I've run into people here. Jason, from San Francisco. Like, there's people that I run into that I've seen on tour before. I miss that so much. I saw so many people last night in Knoxville. Also, there's something about being on tour where you're fluid. You're no longer in these like loops at home where you're driving the same street and you have like these kind of patterns, or they can be potentially problematic, especially during COVID. This is really a morbid time to be just like locked in. And LA is way, way more locked down than the Midwest. It's crazy. I mean, the mask mandate is real. Like it's really, the masks are serious there. People are way more freaked out, and like, it's opened up a lot since 4 months ago, but it still feels like it's probably the most locked down city in the U.S. And tour kind of corrects something in my brain, because just like, I think just moving and seeing all this imagery through the window, like trees, and it's beautiful. I mean, the drive from Knoxville to here, it's beautiful. It's really, really pretty. And there was a thunderstorm, and it went crazy, and I was deep in the rain talking to my brother, and then all of a sudden the rain left, and I don't know, it was magic. And then I was driving listening to JPEG Mafia, and my windows were down, and I was like, this is correct. Like, this is all good. And I've been like pretty, I think we've all been like potentially depressed, I mean, I got like numb depressed from COVID, and I don't feel that anymore because I'm moving around.
Swiss scales with .001 details, stationary drones controlled by rotary phones, night sky and powdered light, rock steady, steady rhymes when stars collide. I looked underneath covers, I looked underneath covers, I pulled back and then pulled back, I pulled back and then pulled back, I looked underneath covers, I looked underneath covers, I pulled back and then pulled back, I pulled back and then pulled back, I looked deeper still until Glen Park Library closed for real. Night sky and powdered light, rock steady, steady rhymes when warrants collide. Cold dust, go slow, you must. Are you ready? Are you ready for the real stuff? I looked underneath covers, I looked underneath covers, I pulled back and then pulled back, I pulled back and then pulled back, I looked underneath covers, I looked underneath covers, I pulled back and then pulled back. there still until the Glen Park Library closed for real.
I just put out a new EP. Unfortunately, I don't have the vinyl yet for it. There's a incredible bottleneck in vinyl production right now. If you're in a band, you're like waiting for 2 years for like a record to be pressed, and it's kind of driving people crazy. But I put out a record. It's like a love letter to David Berman from Silver Jews and Purple Mountains, and it's called Dear John, I can't believe we're still alive here in 2021. Congratulations to us all. Love DCP. And the title is from a postcard that he sent me, but it was 2008, not 2021. And this is a like a pure COVID ballad, and it's called "I Get a Strange Kind of Pleasure from Just Hanging On," and it's about like in the, especially like to me it was like January, February. Remember when it was like the variant carousel was rolling and we were like, we're never going to get out of this. I was like, this is my new life, whatever this is. And so I was just like, okay, I'm not going to like desire anything. I'm not going to hope. I'm not going to want to be on tour. I'm not going to want to leave this zone. I'm going to become like Zen-like and just like erase. You can't do this, by the way, but as we know. But I tried, and that's what this song is about. Time to get out of bed and out of your head. You'll end up dead. You're hanging by a thread. Just go and get yourself cleaned up. And don't stand in that shower too long or think about what's wrong in your life. You're hanging by a thread. Just leave. Just walk out the door. And if you stay a minute too long, you'll spiral down like a seed pod hanging by a thread. Just leave and start up your car. And don't forget to drive away. You're more likely to crash where you are. Just go and walk around a park. And don't ask me why or where. Just do it until dark. You're hanging by a thread. And go and meet some friends at a bar. But don't have a drink, a bump, a line, or even a good time. You're hanging by a thread. And please remember, do not desire or want or hope. Just keep to yourself. You're hanging by a thread. And you probably were. Oh, I know. We're just about to play Jimmy Thorne's song. Do you get nervous when I play this song for you? Do you want me to play it well? Is that part of the nerves? Sometimes does it make you happy? Oh, that's good. I met my new neighbor at a drink on her veranda. We watched the ocean batter beneath a point,
You have any children around us changed as grief washed across her face? White dove, white dove, white dove, white dove, what are you thinking of? We had a daughter, disappeared at 8. We gave them money, all we could do is wait. She's found, garroted and bound. White dove, white dove, white dove, white dove, what are you thinking of? Don't come around here no more. Not about mercy, not about tears anymore. White dove, white dove, white dove, what are you thinking of? The sword of vengeance occupies my mind. Who could do such a horrible crime across the Cato, killing up our side? King bombs don't wear camouflage. White dove, white dove, white dove, white dove, what are you thinking of?
Jimmy, this is for you. I love you, man. So glad you're here. When's the last time we saw each other? 2 years ago? They took years from us. I put on a Halloween party right before I left here. It was like 2 weeks ago. And we called it the Halloween they took from us. And it was a full-on costume party. It was awesome. Because people missed how they wanted to dress up.
It's been a tough couple years to navigate someone's crazy fears. And guilt is very real. Transference is fucking real. Jimmy Thorne reborn. Jimmy Thorne reborn. Jimmy Thorne reborn. So be patient. You were owed a great deal, and the wheel grinds on. It won't be long, Jimmy. Hold on.
Jimmy Thorne reborn. Jimmy Thorne reborn. Jimmy Thorne reborn. Love you, man. I wish someone wrote a song like that about me. That'd be sick. All right, I got to answer questions. I feel like I'm going to get behind here. Wildest dream. Okay, I have a lot of wild dreams, but remember I mentioned that the person I betrayed? 2 nights ago, I had a dream that I went to a party in Los Angeles, and it was like strangely in a recording studio, and this person that I betrayed was like engineering at the party, and they were like at the mixing console, which was in the middle of the party, and he was looking away from me, and I thought, I'm never going to escape this. Like, he's here. He shouldn't be here, and yet he's here, and he's working, and I'm going to have to, like, interact with him. And then I woke up, and I felt sad. But I have pretty weird dreams all the time. I had a dream the other night that I went to a house, and they had 2 cats, and and it was, like, in a different city, and then one of the cats was my cat, Clover, who wasn't in L.A., but was in this house in wherever, you know, like Kansas City. And I was like, Clover, why are you here? She didn't answer. When was the last time you played heated pool and bar? Will there be an anniversary celebration of Cellar Door? Yeah, I think I could maybe play heated pool and bar tonight if someone did. You ask the question? That's a very nice question. Because we supposedly left Afghanistan for the 19th time. I mean, can you believe that? I mean, it's crazy. But yeah, I'll try to play that. It may not be pretty, but sometimes it's fun watching someone not be able to do something. But you know what I mean? It's like everyone can just do everything, you know? And it's like, is that fun? No. I'm here to fail for you. Indica or sativa? I mean, I would say historically, I like a 2/3, 1/3 blend, like your kind of Girl Scout cookies 50-50 vibe. I think for me, it's not only paying attention to that, the sativa, because if you just smoke straight up indica, it can feel be like a truck ran over you, you know. But if you smoke straight up sativa, you're like 9, 1, 1. Since when did it matter? I think it always mattered, and I think that like it still matters, but we may be feeling pretty nihilistic. But this isn't going to last forever, I don't think. How much has loss touched your life? This is a good. See this. This is why this show is going to be legendary for me. These questions. Okay, I won't get into this story because it will flatten out the whole show and it'll take up too much oxygen. But I was like, listen, I'm hot-wired, clearly, a little off, but I'm highly functional and mostly very happy. The fight of my life has been a fight against depression. I started getting depressed when I was 11. I don't take anything for it, but I do. I'm so vigilant about my mental health. I run 5 days a week. I'm really careful about my thought patterns, who I'm allowing into my life, and mostly I'm like 8 or 9 out of 10. And it's a fight. It's not easy, but usually I'm really fucking happy. And then 4 years ago, my mom died, and I went totally fucking crazy. 100% crazy. And I am like a fraction of the person I used to be. I am like, I don't know if I will find my way back, but it's been like the hardest thing. She was my best friend. I grew up with a single mom. And it just, I really, I was talking about hit points, before, like, I prepared my whole life. I was worried about my mom dying when I was like 4. You know what I mean? Like she would always be late for work, from coming home from work. And so I'd play all these games where I'd be like, if I just count to 100, my mom will walk through the door. And then I'd be like, oh, I'll just count to 200. I mean, I probably didn't even know how to count to 200. But I was like doing all these like OCD things to like not have my mom die. And that just stayed with me my whole life. And like, so when my mom died, it like was like someone took a syringe of poison and just like shot it into my brain, and everything was like broken. I'm way better than I was 2 years ago, but I'm definitely. Am I actually answering this question? Let's check in. Oh yeah, loss has touched my life. And I, the thing is that we should outlive a parent, right? My dad died of alcohol. My parents were alcoholics, but my dad died when I was young. It did not affect me at all. So I was like delusional. I was like, okay, I'm so close to my mom, and we have such a good relationship that when she dies, this is okay. Like somehow I'll have a grieving process, like when my grandma died, which was very difficult, but I'll be able to get through it. Well, this wasn't that. This brought up like it was unknowable pain to me, and I never really, I haven't been in a relationship in 4 years, and I had been in just like long monogamous relationships before that, and I just feel like I'm not like a functional person anymore, and my whole goal in life it's not to get out of debt, it's not to tour, make records. My whole goal in life is to be healthier, and to like be able to reconnect with humans, and not feel so guilty about something. Like these endless, like my mom called me the night she died and I didn't pick up because I was busy, and it was just like this is normal shit. Everyone who, this is just happens to everyone, and somehow this like it just like haunted me, and I couldn't get through it. I've been in therapy forever. I did ayahuasca 5 times. Like maybe I should do it 500 times. I don't know. I have no idea. But I'm working my way through it. It is a testament to how close I was to my mom, but also this is, like, grief shouldn't really wreck you like this, but it wrecked me. Why is it that it sometimes does how we think it won't? Why is it that it sometimes does how we think it won't? Is that my phrasing this right? Is this accurate? This is my theory about this, if I'm reading this correctly. My mom used to tell me, she'd be like, because I would be afraid of certain things, like an airplane crashing. She's like, look back your life. Everything you've really been afraid of has never happened. So you're wasting your fucking time. And it was like, bing. And since then, I don't worry about anything. What's something dumb you believed as a kid? That's a good one. I was such a dumb kid, man. I would say this, that I grew up in like rural Florida, like Swanee River, Gainesville. We didn't have a stereo. We didn't have access to like media. And I wasn't given any signs that you could do anything. This wasn't anyone's fault. This is just a cultural thing. Like, there wasn't I remember like saying something like, "Oh, I want to go into music or something." It was just like, that's not a thing. Like, no one, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't blame them because it wasn't a thing. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like I should have learned like, underwater welding or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, that was a thing. You know what I mean? Like, you have to have a job. This is an improbable job, And I remember that there was a kid, we were living in this apartment complex called Regency Lakes Apartments in Jacksonville, Florida. And there was a kid who lived in the next building over, and he had these like NASCAR toys, these like racing cars. And I remember one day he let me come over to his house and play with his cars, and I was like, man, if I just had these cars, I would be so happy. You know what I mean? Like if I just could take these cars home, I would be like really, really happy forever. And this kid, I think part of his thing was that he would let kids play with the toys, and then he would say, you have to go home. Because, it'd fuck with your head, Because we didn't have toys like that, And so I think I believed that, like, you couldn't do, and it's no one's fault, but I didn't think that you could really do what you wanted to do, or that you could, like, choose your own adventure, 1. And 2, I believed that if you had things like toys or money, that you would not have existential dread and fear. And those things were wrong. Are these good answers so far? Okay. I'm going to play a song from Emerald City called The Parade. Is it too hot for people? Okay, good. Because I'm a tropical. I can take a lot. Scott, are you happy? Okay, that's all that matters. I mean, that's not all that. It's one of the main components. Don't I feel like I'm a lawyer litigating something at some point? If you listen to new music, I have a Spotify profile that has a lot of public playlists on them. If you're interested, every year I do a rap one that's like 4 hours long. Of all whatever the year is, it's current. And then I have one that I call Other Music, which is like indie and it's a lot of electronica now, but it's just the catch-all for everything else. And I have them, going back to 2017. So if you're interested, you should definitely follow it because I put a lot of time into these playlists. Also, I do some crazy shit posting on Instagram. So my account is John Vanderslice, and you should follow me because I post psycho shit in my stories. Like, true or false, Jimmy? Are you on Insta at all? You're not on Insta.
There was a lot of, dudes sticking their butts out today.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because there's, like, the baby apology and, like... I mean, I just post, like... It's basically just memes. But sometimes there'll be so many... crazy nonsense that once in a while people write me and they'll be like, what is wrong with you? And then other people will write me the nice, they're like, thank God you're doing this madness. I need this. Don't stop. Those are my media picks. Pay attention to what I do. Be calm, be quiet when your mom walks by. Be calm, be quiet when your mom walks by. And look at me and follow my lead. I'm combing my hair, putting lotion on my skin, waving to friends. Hey, it's me again. Be calm, be quiet when the cops drive by. Stand right there like a poison well when the cops drive by. And look at me, leaning against the fence, playing scratch and win, lighting a smoke, nodding to friends. Hey, it's me again. We ditched out the parade, and what was there to commemorate? And what was left to remember? Not sure what really happened on that day. Got steel dust in a vial, anodized tiles in my pocket from Tower 2. Be calm, be quiet when the drones fly by. Look at me still as a Monterey pine when the drones fly by. And look at me, and
and follow my lead. I'm combing my hair, lighting a smoke, playing scratch and win. If they catch me, they catch me, but I'll be running. Hold on, keep it together. Hold on. No one has ever made it so far in time. I said no one, 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 no one knows what happens next. Cause time travel is lonely. Lonely. Listen, wear your headphones, and I'll whisper you the code of a helper application. You can download. It's called Remember, 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 Remember. Because no one, no one, no one, no one, no one knows what happens next. Cause time travel is only lonely. When you left me at the table to go to the ATM, I've never been lonelier. I've never been lonelier. And your cell phone, it shuddered and blinked. It was your boyfriend again. I've never been lonelier. I've never been lonelier. I've never been lonelier. remembered lithograph. I moved to the end of the southern line and lost most of my friends. I've never been lonelier. I've never been lonelier. And a bird flew in my house one day, and he panicked and thrashed up against the window glass. He crashed and crashed. I've never been lonelier. I've never been lonelier. I've never been lonelier. And the boy recoiled as he got out of the heated pool. It was midnight.
Ooh, favorite defunct SF bar. I mean, there's some really good clubs that have closed down, you know. Like Hemlock's closed down, right? Yeah. COVID took some really good places out. Yeah, I remember the I-Beam. I saw, who's the Billy Corgan's band, Smashing Pumpkins there? He's like got some interesting political views. You should look into him. Isn't it wild when you like check into something? You're like, I wonder what Johnny Lydon's up to, you know? And you're like, I didn't need this. None of this. Still, the temperature's working for everyone. Okay, I'm on board. Believe me, I'm always on board with this. And everyone's still happy. This is still working. The ratio is working. Song to chatter. Now the ice is melted, and now it's coming up roses. All of this. It's coming up Millhouse. Remember when he has high waters and then there's a flood? I was so happy. I love that kid so much.
Woke up on the sand and tied up my sleeping bag. Jetty won't last forever. Waves, they tumble and tumble. Stone by stone, ended here all alone. Brick by brick, web myself from happiness. Eucalyptus piled high, I'm shivering by a flaming fire. I've got too much time, too much time gone by, and I can't find you if I tried. Too much time, too much time gone by, and I can't find you if I try. Rolled up my map, I've got no obligations. Packed up my pots and pans, freedom is overrated. Stone by stone, ended here all alone. Brick by brick, walled myself from happiness. Dead fir and almond wood, a storm crosses over Mount Hood. Is that the northwest, this direction that I'm pointing? That way. Man, I can't do that with a Mount Hood. The whole vibe is off, you know what I mean? I've got too much time, Too much time gone by and I can't find you if I tried. Too much time, Too much time gone by and I can't find you if I try. If you had an axolotl for a pet, what color would you get? What's axolotl? Oh, am I pronouncing it right? Axolotl? Axolotl. Oh, that. Okay, this is another solid question. I like turquoise. I think turquoise is. I've done a lot of ayahuasca in the past 6 months, and this is where everyone turns against me. And the color scheme, has anyone else taken ayahuasca in this room? Nice. It is fucking crazy. It's the most insane thing I've ever done. It's the scariest thing I've ever done. The color scheme, it's the most garish and like amplified like color palette you've ever seen. It's beautiful. But I see a lot of turquoises. And I like dyeing my hair turquoise too. After it ends, pack the cord, I'd wrap the cords right, clean the cupboards bare. After it ends, strike the Klieg lights, cut the phone lines, kick out the fire door. Leave the banner, leave the banner, leave the banner there. Leave the banner, leave the banner, leave the banner there. After it ends, moment of silence, all we left behind in California. After it ends, I'm so hungry, like I was just born. I'm still aching for life. So leave the banner, leave the banner, leave the banner there. Leave the banner, leave the banner, leave the banner there. Leave the banner, leave the banner, leave the banner there.
It's funny when you play like a long set. I'm used to it now, but in the beginning, it really it fucks with your head because it's like, oh, it's the long game. You know what I mean? Like, what'll happen is that I'll be a little bit shaky at first, like I'm nervous, and talking is a little nerve-wracking, and then I get kind of like more fluid, and then maybe 30 minutes into the set, I get worse. I'm starting, because there's something, I'm getting in my head, or I'm getting tired, or I'm worried about the flow, if the songs are working for everyone. Like, I'm trying to, like, arc the set. I'm trying to, like, think about questions coming up or when to take a break. And then I get through that period, and then it gets good again. So I always wonder if people can tell what, you know what I mean? Like, because when I'm not good, I'm just like, everyone knows it. Like, everyone knows this is the low. I'm just going to power through it. So I just don't know. I'm gonna play. I feel like we're gonna run out of time, so I'm gonna start to play a lot of songs in a row, and then I'm gonna answer questions really fast. Wait, I'm sorry. What? Yes. Jason's here, man. Little taste of San Francisco. That place, that city's wrecked. When you pump like billions of dollars of tech money, listen, if tech money starts coming here, I'm sure there's tons of tech money here, but if it really, really shows up, you need to get out because it'll fuck with your city. It really is not the best thing. I'm going to play a song from another song from the Mountain Goat split that I did called Moon Colony Bloodbath. That I wish that I had the license to reprint that shit because I would make a lot of money. Darnielle won't even let us put it on streaming services, which is crazy. Yeah. That's why it's not up. I mean, I'm like an open source dude. I just put everything. I just think if you make a record, you put it up. But John loves that it goes for high on eBay, and he loves that like people bug us for like MP3s and FLACs and stuff. Because it's like it's cool. It's like old school. It's like cassette culture stuff. It's like it's scarcity, which is not really a thing now. It's called Steps, Pillars, Columns. Try to lie still, and just give in to uncontrollable will. Don't say a word or look me in the eye. Don't try to comfort me. I'm unconsolable still, cruising all night. I'm still cruising all night. I'm still cruising all night. I'm still cruising all night. I saw you in D.C. You're with somebody new. I know how you are. It's always 1:45. I'm still cruising all night. 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 I remembered something important. That porn star that was a top and then he bottomed and then everyone got pissed off. His name was Jeff Stryker. STYR. Stryker, So STRYKER. So this is what's funny about it. At the time, I was like someone's like assistant. It was like a temp job that I got permanently hired to do. I think I made like $10 or $11 an hour doing it. It was this blind woman in San Francisco, and she grew up in Melbourne, Florida, and her dad, I think it was like all car dealership money. She had like tons of money. So she was like second generation, just like wasting all of this fortune. But her son was even worse. You know, her son, it was like a Hunter Biden situation. You know what I mean? Just not no-go zone, you know what I mean? And he had a coke problem, and he was he wanted to be like an actor. And I was living in San Francisco and working with her, but he lived in LA. And he would come up and down, and when he would come up to San Francisco and visit her, I knew that it was to like get the checkbook out. Like I knew that that's why he was there. And I wrote him fucking crazy checks. Like I don't know what he was doing. He had this like fake software company called Level 5. And it's like, it was just like money out. You know, because I was doing the books and stuff. So you could see what's happening. So the first time she's talking about him, she tells me his name. And he changed his name to Jeff Stryker. And it's spelled just like the porn star's name. First off, it's cool in porn to have a cheesy name because it's like porn, but it's like not cool to have like a cheesy, clearly like a tough, you know, like Tom Cruise, I'll be Jeff Stryker. You know what I mean? Like it's like a macho name, but it was also like phenomenally famous porn star. So I just thought it was so funny. I never told her, but when be like, there's only one Jeff Stryker in my life, and it's not your son. The hand that cut this barley, I'd like to know. The pale blue lips that blew the life into this stereo. Oh, I'd like to know. Oh, I'd like to know. Oh, don't it feel good to be understood tonight? I asked you when's the last time I stared into your sharp black jeweled eyes. Even then you knew we were through. Oh, I didn't know. Then you got up to go. Oh, don't it feel good? Oh, don't it feel right? Oh, don't it feel good to be understood tonight? Do you know how the West was won? I fixed my speed in the middle lane, turned on the radio. Oh, they played that missing take of Jailbreak. Oh, they had to know. Oh, don't it feel good? Oh, don't it feel right?
to be understood tonight.
Do. We have a lot of questions. This is the power round. You ready? In what way are you the same person you were as a child? You know, I feel like I have not really emotionally developed since I was, and sometimes this is great. Like I feel a sense of wonder and excitement that I'm alive in a way that I know that some people feel it, but I really feel like a crazy spark that never went away. And this I think is amazing. Like I'm like really happy that that's part of me. And I mean I know that I do sound somewhat jaded and COVID has fucked my head up, but I really usually feel so open and like lucky to be here, you know. And I don't think that I've you know, when I was 15, I listened to Led Zeppelin and like liked hanging out with my friends and smoked weed, and I kind of do those things now. So do you know what I mean? Like I don't think there's been like a massive. What's the favorite song you've recorded or produced and why? Good, solid questions. I would say there's a couple. I'd say any song that's like that you write and record and finish. It's like a perfect kid. It's like this like solved puzzle, you know, because every song has like a different it has like a different need or it fulfills something different. I'm making almost like exclusively like electronic music. By the way, I have a new record with me, Dollar Hits. And that, you know, that song opens up with like a 8-minute like electronics song without vocals. So it's like it's so different than just a ballad or a narrative song or a story song. But that was really special for me because I'd never really done a song like that and put it on a record. There's a song from Dagger Beach called Harlequin Press. And I remember when we recorded that, I was like, this is special. Like, this is like a notch above the other songs on this record. And that happens, you know, and it's good, you know, like sometimes it clicks. And there's, Keep the Dream Alive on Time Travel. It's the, it's the 20th, more or less the 20th anniversary. That was like the first time that I felt like that there was ever any power in one of my songs. Like I felt this like emotional power when the chorus kicks in, and my friend Carlos did all those complicated background vocals, and like, and my friend Bill Swan from Beulah was playing trumpet. And it was the first time I was just like, whoa, this song is like, this is building in a way that I always wanted a song to build and to. I have a record coming out in November called Death Bug, and I'm releasing music now under Orange Purple Beach, and I think that record has a few moments that are just like some of the fucking weirdest, coolest shit you've ever heard. I mean, we worked on that record for months, and it's a really, really cool record. Orange Purple Beach, just so you know, it's the Silk Road, the drug market on the dark web, right? The first drug market, Silk Road 1. Ross Ulbricht, the administrator of that market, he got arrested in a library really close to me in San Francisco, in the Glen Park Library. They zip-tied his hands back.
We were living in Glen Park at the time.
Yeah, so you remember. I mean, all those fucking Escalades up on the corners and shit, on the curbs. It was the craziest shit ever. I mean, they threw everything. They had 2 federal agents going. He was using the free internet. He was Dread Pirate Roberts. He was the administrator on the really the biggest drug market at the time. They were doing between $100 and $120 million in sales a month.
The mayor was living in the same neighborhood.
Isn't that sick? And so Ross Ulbricht got arrested. They zip-tied him. They had his computer open, but they really couldn't tie him to all the crimes. And so he had 6 encrypted hard drives, and he was a tech bro. He knew what he was doing. So the FBI and NSA, they could not get into his hard drives. So they went through all his personal effects for months and months and months. And one day, an FBI agent found a Post-it note And handwritten on that Post-it note in all lowercase letters all together was Purple Orange Beach. And he was like, called in, he's like, try Purple Orange Beach, and it unlocked all 6 encrypted hard drives. This was catastrophic on many levels because first off, they busted hundreds and hundreds of dealers because they could get in and see everyone's real account info, bank shit, all their like real stuff. So they arrested hundreds of people. Interpol were arresting tons of people in Europe. And then they got Ross permanently is locked in federal jail. He's never going to get out for his whole life. He turned down a plea deal, I think, for 15 years. And so he was probably going to get less than that. And then they found this Post-it, Purple Orange Beach. So I heard about that, and I was like fascinated, but I was like, I think if it would scan better if it was Orange Purple Beach. You know what I mean? So I changed it. And also, it reminded me when all the forest fires happen in California, the beaches look orange purple. They look, it's like dystopian shit, you know? What are your hobbies, interests other than music? Great question. These are my hobbies. I'm a really good friend. I have like a lot of friends. So I'm really good. I never cancel. I'm not late. I'm good at making plans. I'm good at text threads. I'm good at throwing parties. I'm good at doing stuff even if I say yes and I don't want to do it, I still do it. I'm good at finding restaurants. I'm good at going with the flow, but also bending everything to my will because I have really good taste. I'm good at getting good wine and or drugs, whatever is needed. And but my hobbies are NBA. I love NBA. I love basketball. I love basketball. It's sacred. I'm just like I don't have a country. I don't have a team. Because I think, I mean, I did enjoy the Warriors because I like the way they played. But I like that they're all just artists. You know, like I don't like that they're so at each. I don't like when audiences laugh or clap when someone misses a free throw. I'm like, no, this is love, man. These are really skilled, thoughtful people playing an impossible game at a crazy level, and you should love the opponent. You know what I mean? Like, you should truly love the opponent. First off, that other player is probably going to be on your team in 5 years, so it's like there's not. It's all, yeah. But also I just enjoy the. It's like it reminds me of bands. Like there's 5 people. There's so much about basketball that's on a pulse, right? So they're doing all these passes and all these kind of this communication that's happening on this like pulse, and it reminds me of it's like a Miles quintet. You know what I mean? Like they're it's like telepathy, you know, and so you see these amazing geniuses 5-on-5, and this ball going back and forth, and then there's moments where I'm just like, this is not my problem. Like that ball can go in the net or bounce there or go out of bounds, and I'm just okay. You know, it's like it's beautiful to not be stressed about something, you know? And so I really like basketball. Also, I clearly love my cats, and I spend a lot of time with my cats. What makes you happy? I like curating. Is this still interesting, by the way? Okay. There's a little bit of a rollback there. Yeah, sure. We'll give this a few minutes, but no, I mean, the real communication's the shit. I got to power through these or you'll kill me. But then we're going to end in 10 minutes no matter what, because it's coming up on 10. Everything makes me happy. I love life. No, I like hiking in the park. Like, seriously, I'm good at hiking. Best, worst state for gas stations, rest areas, bonus for stories. I think the best is like the mountain states, because you get these like flying J's, these pilots. They're huge, they're massive. The worst is like the Northeast corridor, where it's just hurts to do anything. You know what I mean? To find food, to pull off the highway. It's just like, it's so busy and crazy. What's your favorite species of tree frog? I don't actually know. Will you talk to me after the show about tree frogs? Because I don't know enough. Do you fear LA will be consumed in fire? Absolutely. It has completely changed my relationship to living on the West Coast. I couldn't imagine not living there, and now it really feels dangerous. and fire season is like 2 to 3 months long. You can't go outside. It's not just trees. It's like insulation and, like crazy chemicals burning. It's really bad to breathe this stuff. So it's completely changed my best wear pad memory. What's a wear pad? Oh, shit, I remember that. I never went there. But I remember hearing about it. Fuck, that's cool. San Francisco used to have some, like, wild shit. Do you believe in Bigfoot? Does Bigfoot believe in me? Bigfoot does not believe in me, and I'm returning the favor. Okay, good questions. I'm going to play a couple more songs. Devin, Andrew, we love you. Scott, you're the best, man. Scott gets me here. Scott makes this happen. Scott's important to me. Oh, I dropped my pick. I'm going to play 2 more songs. And then we're going to turn on the AC. And then if you want to talk to me, I would like if you said hi to me. That would be fun for me. I'll be at the merch table. I sold so much merch already. First off, that's fucking rules. Numbers are high. But I have a new record called Dollar Hits. It's a really good pressing, and I have a couple Romanian names. I'm kind of running out of some stuff, but if I have T-shirts and the highest markup item I've ever sold, a pillowcase. So if you want to see anything. Also, I'm running like an email list. So if you enjoy getting emails 4 times a year, you should put your email down. But you should definitely follow my Spotify playlist. And then you should tell, if you have shit that you want me to add, you should tell me. Okay, I'm going to play Exodus Damage and then one other tune. I don't think that it'll sound good if I do Heated Pool and Bar. Do you want? I'll just play one verse of Heated Pool and Bar. Then you could be like, yeah, that's not that good. Do you want to hear that? Let me find the chords. Oh God, that's hard to play, but I like that. Oh shit, y'all are deep, man. I think okay, whoa, shit, y'all are sick, man. Okay, let me see what's gonna fly. Cause sometimes wait, what was that? I love it. I tell you, these ceremonies I do, man, they play some like whack music though. It's like when you're coming down from Aya, you're like, first off, on Aya it sounds amazing. There's this one moment where it's like this kind of like weird pan flute song, and there's this like someone's playing like a frame drum. And there's a point where I was like so deep in this 5D spirit world, and they hit the frame drum, and then it just was like infinity until the next beat. And I'll never forget that. It was just like the time between 2 quarter note pulses was like a year. I was just like, what is happening? Gives me chills thinking about it. Okay. I'm gonna play Wild Strawberries. I gotta play one song that I know, like that I know will work. I'll play that at the end. Then you'll be like, "Whoa, that guy's rehearsed." And then I want to play a song that's fun, that people want to hear. Okay, I'll play White Plains too. Okay, so. All right, so this is just this is to remind you why you don't want to hear Heated Pool and Bar. My cousin is in Colombia, hunting down the rebels over fields of bright and shiny coca. See, I always love cocaine. Over the jungle floor, one-handing a 32, he says, "Bring it down low now, I'm ready to go."
Hunt kids in camouflage, rain down bullets and fly. Night, night, barefoot boys, run for your life. And you can't be nice. Put your gun to their head and you pull back the pin. And you can't be good. My friend is based in Afghanistan. He goes from cave to cave and pulls the trigger at the first sight of a man. It's total anarchy, shooting tracer bullets at night, a high and holy patrol of poppy fields. And you can't be good. You hold up the bloody knife and let it shine in the sun. You gotta be everywhere. I'm a guard in Guantanamo. I bring the prisoners in, the hoods come off and the torture slowly begins.
Isn't this a great country?
The screams I've overheard, it'd fuck up a weaker man, but I'm cold, untouchable. And you can't be nice. Got a flak jacket on my soul with me tonight. And you can't be good.
That was shocking. I gotta play that more.
Holy and totally brave, I swam under dying Filipino light, fighting and furious against the tide. 'Cause I lost our keys in the sea, diving deep under coral reefs, following tree line on the shore. I stumbled back to the road, left you on the hood of a rented Ford. Looked back, was the last time I saw you alive. Still light follows the same rules that I do, reflecting off the water, never making it down to the bottom. Oh. Oh. On the Sunday after the Mason dance, It's the one day I can remember when I felt so pure and really at peace with myself. I was in love, all the sun sang down victorious. But the truth is that I have no faith in happiness. Turns to fear, draws the devils near. So I jumped the fence and went out west. Got a sales job as a pharmaceutical rep. Lived out of hotels and rental cars in a stowable bag. I drove all day from hospital pacing and clinic sweats. I drove all night, I couldn't ever sleep now anyway. I tried, but the old devils, they found me in my room. I hid under the covers, and I cried out as they tore off my sheets. I went east. Vietnam, I'm long gone. I'm up the river, way past Mekong. I tried, but the old devils, they found me in my hut. They poured through the windows and they cornered me, so I cried out to no one. I give up.
Like a jukebox up here, man. All right, I'm gonna play one more tune, and then Devin's gonna play some music, and then I'll be at that table, and then you're gonna say hi to me, if you like.
I'll see you next fall at another gun show. I'll call the day before like usual, but I wanted so much more. I got exodus damage bleed, could not commit some things I'll never be. So now we're talking about this. I'm starting to lose my confidence, and no one ever says a word about so much that happens in the world. Dance, dance, revolution, all we're gonna get, unless it falls apart. I say go, 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 go down, let it fall down. I'm ready for the end, and the second plane hit at 9:02. Saw it live on a hotel TV, talking on my cell with you. And you said this would happen, and just like that it did. Wrong about the feeling, wrong about the sound, but right to say we would stand down. An hour went by without a fighter in the sky. You said there's a reason why. Well, tell me now, I must confess I'm not I'm not sick enough to guess. Dance, dance, revolution, all we're gonna get, unless it falls apart. I say go, 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 go down, let it fall down. I'm ready for the end. And you hope that one person could solve everything. And for me, that's you. And sometimes that dream is a sad delusion. And sometimes it's true. So now we're talking about this. I'm starting to lose my confidence, and no one ever says a word about so much that happens in the world. Dance, dance, revolution, all we're gonna get, unless it falls apart. I say go, 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 go down, let it fall down. I'm ready for the end.
Thank you, everyone. You were exceptional. I don't really usually say that very much. Questions were great. Focus, laser-like. Thank you so much. Thanks to my crew. Welcome aboard, Jimmy.
that you can hear.